how we roll, how we roll. This is how we roll. That's my song, y'all. Giving people a little time to pop on because we bumped in a little early this morning because I gotta bump up out of here. So please share and let everybody know that we're bumping a little early. Let me get it out to a few people. Let them know we bumping on early this morning. Share across the United States. Oh, Mickey, I can just say share across the world because we international. It's Friday, y'all. Just got paid. It's Friday night. Money in my pocket. I'm just playing. I ain't got no job.
What you said? You back? You back home?
I'm just saying. I was telling the people that it was Friday and we just got paid, but Mickey,
Yeah.
Mickey ain't paid me yet. Mickey ain't paid me yet, y'all.
Well, at least I brought you back home.
You brought me back on. I appreciate that.
Because
Appreciate
people
that.
was mad saying they ain't see enough of you.
They said they ain't see. They missed me.
They said they was missing you.
Oh.
They said you wasn't on. You ain't been coming on.
Really? Good morning, family.
Yeah.
Every breakfast is cooking. Sorry, Tony, I interrupted your breakfast. You know, he have his breakfast chronicles on there. He be showing us what he be eating in the morning. Be looking good. You're gonna have to come up here one Friday and bring us some breakfast and hit a little couple mixes for us while we on the air. That'd be nice. Bump with us early. Tell everybody we back on the air again. Thanks
back
for
on the air again.
Well, I'm just saying, people. It's gonna give them a little minute. They all gonna be. They probably waiting for 9 o'clock. People got their phones sent 9 o'clock. While we getting started, let me go ahead and say shout out to ATN News Media Group.
The who?
ATN News Media Group.
Okay.
ATN News Media Group. Let me say it again. The people who first said folly. We clowning on this Folly Friday. And the greatest producer in the world.
Oh my goodness, that got me in trouble last time.
Well, you are the greatest producer in the world because you actually produce shows. The greatest producer in the world, Mickey Jordan. Where's my Sister Audrey? Why she ain't popped on here yet? Good morning, everybody. Stanley, Lenora, again, my brother Tony, Hanifa, Shane, everyone. Bishop, where Bishop at? Bishop Priestley, wake up. It's 5:37 in California. Come on. Wake up, because this is how we roll.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks
Grand
for tapping
Rising.
in.
Mickey, I forgot what I was doing.
Did you bring your notes from the council?
Yes, I got my note from council from the other day.
Let's show real journalism.
My real journalism that I didn't have to go to school for and do a better job than some of them that went to school. Real journalism. See, there you go. Greatest producer in the world.
Hey, I got.
Good morning. You got to check the sounds and everything. We had to do it real quick. Salty Chef. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Spring. Good morning, Becky Brown. Good morning, everybody, because this is how we roll. This is how we roll. Somebody call and wake up Uncle AC on his third cup of coffee.
He just called me. He didn't know we was live, but I'm finna send it to him.
Let him know. Let him know
my share game
that we back on again. Everybody, share everywhere. Share everywhere, because we are back. We are back
again.
And it's a lot of things going on. I bought all my notes, y'all, from I couldn't catch
finally.
Shut up. I bought all my notes from council so we can go over detail to detail. You guys will be happy to know Washington School is finally it's getting demolished. I seen that.
It's gone?
I said it's getting demolished.
Okay, so it's coming down.
What Tony said, do you have a backup guest for us tonight when your scheduled guests don't show?
Stop the folly. Today's definition.
You woke up and chose violence today, brother. I woke up and chose peace. But we can quickly change the violence because we be on the same page. What's up, Art? Miss Magnolia, younger. That's them youngers, y'all. It's a bunch of them. Hey, don't beef with them youngers. How you doing, Miss Magnolia? Grand Rising. Kathy King, Michelle Hart. Good to see everybody. We bumping a little early. So the numbers will pick up as we go on. You know what? It's this video that I want to send to Mickey real quick. This man that Wait a minute. Where did I see this man at? Oh, he was sent to me. This video was sent to me by Bishop Priestley out there in Compton, California. This guy is the former mayor of Compton, California. Of course, you know how it goes. They got him out of office back in the early 2000s. Mickey, if I send this video to you,
I'll think about it.
Can you play it?
I'll think about it. You ain't paying enough for the platinum package. I mean the Bentley package. You know, us black folks have found out what foreign cars is, so they want to buy them up.
Wow, Mickey.
Come on with it.
Wow. Hold on, because it said it's too long, so I got to send it to you in a couple segments. But you know what I'm gonna do? Maybe I can just play it on the radio for the people, and they can hear it that way. So we ain't got to go through all of that. Okay. While people still checking in and y'all doing all your checking in and everything. Tony said, Deacon Dumas said he can't hear.
He can't?
Everybody else can hear, Deacon Dumas. Why you can't hear?
Let me check it.
Deacon Dumas said he can't hear. Mickey, is it working on your phone?
How come it wasn't working on my phone? He just want to hear it, so.
You know what? You just wanted somebody to say your name, because you know you can hear us, because I can hear myself. Mickey Jordan, Arthur Woodson said, you need to go to the compensation board meeting at 2:00. Neely has stacked the board to get a raise. So hell, what we need to go for?
He got the raise.
Hell, we know he done stacked the deck. He gonna get a raise. Hey, what's up, Sean Crowley? I see you on here. Keith Downey, TNT Squad from Memphis, Stanley Wood. Yep, I know. Okay, he said he can hear now.
It was his phone the whole time.
Mike Kilbruff nearly isn't in handcuffs yet. Have you sent the tape to the FBI yet? Got us running around here thinking you about to get some folks locked up. And ain't nobody got locked up yet. Shout out to Mike Kilbruff for not doing shit. What's up, everybody? Listen, first of all, while we are bumping, look, let me tell Sister Audrey we on now. Tell her we on now, because she put out a post every morning and let people know that we on. So first of all, before I get started, shout out to the St. Paul Spirits, who my daughter plays for. She hit about 20. On the books it says 16, but I think that they what Art said, I better quit getting smart with people. Who you talking to? Who you talking to, Art? I think she hit about 16 to 20 yesterday. She was balling up and down that court. They got them some new coaches over there at St. Paul Lutheran. Shout out to Coach Jalen Fletcher and athletic director Adam Price and the assistant athletic director, what's his name? Sheldon Davis. And then we got you done with your phone call yet? And then for the boys, they brought back Leon Bell. So I'm telling you, they're doing big things over there. Oh, I said he was talking to me. He told me to quit getting smart with people.
AC said, what time do y'all come on? We came on today early, AC.
We bumped in a little early today.
Because she got an appointment and I got an appointment.
We got things to do.
But we still gonna talk about people, so don't worry about it.
Art told me I had to quit getting smart with people.
Who you get smart with today?
I don't know.
Because I was on the phone.
I don't know. I didn't say anything to anybody, but Art told me to get getting smart. But anyway, shout out to the St. Paul Spirits. I want to play this little clip real quick. This is from the former mayor of Compton, California. And I just want you guys to hear some of the things. I'm just going to play a little short. You're
going to try to say our consistency. Hey, you see.
A little short.
You took a whole 2 months off, man.
And then coming back with Ashley Stewart. You better go and sit down. I want to play this. I want you guys to hear this real quick.
I don't want to.
His name is Omar Bradley.
Gentrification is on and popping in Compton. Now, let me explain to you how this works. When you have good leadership, good black leadership, white folks gonna get rid of them. It doesn't go with the story that they tell. The only good black leaders are the ones they own. See, you can watch these Democrats on television, and you can hear them talk about the terrible nature of the attack of Hamas, and I say it's terrible. But Negro, when you gonna talk about the terrible nature of what life is like in these black communities? You know why you can't talk about that? Because you are a hired hand. You're just a black face. And as long as you don't tell the truth, you can get your check. But you know, when you got black people that are truthful, then you can say stuff like this. Don't send another dime of my money to the Ukraine. Don't send another dime of my money to the Middle East. Take care of what's going on in the black community right now. Take care of the war that's being waged against black people, psychologically, physically, mentally, spiritually. You want to know why black men don't want to vote Democrat anymore? Because we're beginning to see through your charade. We're beginning to see through the fact that you ain't doing nothing for us either. Your agenda has nothing to do with black men. Yet you say the black family has no husbands in it, no fathers. You the reason why, Democratic Party. You so caught up with trying to be socially and consciously right. Black girl magic, oh, the homosexuals are getting their right to man. Who gives a shit? It's black people out here starving to death. It's black people living on benches. It's black people eating out of trash cans. And the moment we get a black man to stand up and talk about that, you go to work to put him in prison or put him in the graveyard. You charge me with a bowl of oatmeal, you fools. And none of you highfalutin black people ever got on television and said, how can a bowl of oatmeal be a felony? Then you got these other niggas, well, you know, he did other things. Yeah, well, where they at? See, you have to understand something, black people. You ain't had to worry about the war in the Middle East. You at war right now, and the problem is you have no army. They got our black women twisting and shaking their ass, and our black men sitting there looking at it. Like you gonna get something out of that. Like you gonna somehow develop some kind of consciousness out of that. And why aren't you black women decrying all these young sisters who are selling their ass out and selling their soul out, dancing like fools and monkeys to perpetuate a psychological slavery that's harder to kick than chains? Frantz Fanon said, if you want to destroy a people, raise the hemline and lower the bust line. That means show ass and titties. And they doing it right here in your face. So you got two things going on simultaneously. Female movement instead of having a black movement, which is stupid. That's why every time I hear somebody say black girl magic, boy, I want to knock your teeth down your throat. Can't be no black girl magic without black people magic. Where you think black girls come from? Black men. But you gonna live a life separated from your father? Yeah, you got a job on CNN, on MSNBC. Yeah, you doing good. But what about our race and our people? Man, they trying to cut me off, dog. But I ain't gonna give up.
And that was the full clip. You can go find it on Bishop Flowers' page. Bishop, thank you so much for tuning in every day, and thank you for sharing that clip with me. You know, a lot of times I don't get a chance to check out all my messages in my inbox, but something just had me to click on that, and I listened to it in its entirety, and it was so powerful. Everything he was saying, and it just made you really think about it.
Right. So that you see the fight It's all over. It's just not in Flint, and that's our people from the West Coast.
That's Compton, California.
And thanks, brother Bishop, for sending that in to Winters.
Bishop, this man on here said, we fighting a war right here
on two fronts.
Sister Audrey said our social groups were started to purposely take us in that direction. Absolutely agree. And it was graphic, but that's what we understand. He said, women, they shaking their ass and the men just sitting there looking. What's gonna get what we gonna get out of that? About this one. Keith said the system uses our faith against us. Many of us are waiting for our blessing to knock on the door instead of using what God gives us. The system uses our beliefs against us as well. They know many of our people are followers and depending on the giveaway turkey, even though many can't afford to buy one. Think for self. Don't be centered. Don't be self-centered. And it's not all about you. We are soiled and we won't admit it. You're right. You're right. Just like he said, you're just a black face. If you're not doing what they want you to do, they're trying to put you in jail or put you in the ground. If you're telling the truth hurts. The truth hurts. Right, Derek. Tupac talks about this. And then I'm glad you said that because Brother Omar said, they giving you stuff out here talking about the Democrats who in the House seat. He said that don't mean nothing.
Right.
What Trump doing, he said that don't affect you. He said who killed Tupac 25 years ago ain't got shit to do with what's going on with today. That's all distractions, and we falling for it. Bishop Flowers, if you ain't never sent me nothing else again, and if you never send me nothing else, thank you for sending me that. Thank you from 810 to you. We appreciate you. So now, again, we're going to get started. We came on a little early. Shout out to 810 News Media Group, the greatest producer in the world, Mickey Jordan. And some things going on in Flint. The mayor was on TV all day yesterday.
Was he?
Girl. I'm saying girl.
I was going to throw this water bottle over there, about to mess up the whole show.
My good girlfriends. I'm like, girl, look, Mickey. He was on TV talking about it's the council's fault again that they can't get the stuff passed. He want them trash cans.
Hold up.
Why don't y'all just go buy him
Hold up. Didn't they vote down the trash cans?
No, they ain't never get to. They ain't get to that yet again.
They never got to vote. I'm not talking about this Friday, but when they voted down before and they got brought back up, but that's when the quorum got broke.
No, what they voted down was the Hallwood, the Huntington Bank.
I'm saying the other day they voted.
The other day they voted.
No, but I'm saying, but didn't the garbage contract get brought down because he had called a special meeting? They brought it back and it was back on the meeting.
Mickey, I don't know. I'm so confused.
I'm just because he said they just voted up or down.
That's what he's saying.
This time, but if they voted it once up and down and it got voted down, why are you steady bringing it back?
Because he said he wanted them to complete a full agenda. Well, stuff on the agenda wasn't there on the other agenda. Like he's skipping over stuff to get what he wants. And that's just wrong. But I'm noticing since we've been going live with the morning bump and we've hit coast to coast, it's been a lot of people sending us things. And it's not just Flint.
Nah.
It's happening in every poor Black community around the world.
Right.
Are they trying to push us out?
Oh, you going?
Mickey up here about to shout.
You going?
I'm like,
and Uncle AC said they sent it to committee finance. Well, put it out to bid.
But gentrification is real.
All the way.
And it's really got me thinking, and I can't stop thinking about this video and this brother and Bishop. I'm gonna have to do some more research on Brother Omar, who was, I think he was a 2-term. It's happening in Memphis. Thank you, TNT. I'm gonna have to do some more research on him, the brother that was elected 2-time mayor in Compton, California. And he went on to say in the video, he was talking about mental health. He named it, he was real graphic with that. And he was like, you can't tell me that everybody that gets out of the mental hospital, they send them all, they got a direct ticket to Compton, California. He said the people running around naked, nobody calling the police. You got people on every corner begging for money. I'm like, what do that sound like? Don't that sound like Flint? And he said it's beginning to be natural. And then as I scroll down, you know how you get to one page and you click on another page. Downtown LA. I've never seen it. I've never been to LA. And I don't know how many of you all that are watching. They got Skid Row. They got people actually, we see the homeless people here in Flint, but they got a damn Skid Row in downtown LA. People living in tents. Somebody came up with a car with some shoes and stuff, and they just grabbing them, clothes. But we fighting wars over in other countries. And like he said, we got a war here in our own Black community. We just don't have no army.
That made a lot of sense.
That made so much sense. And good morning again, everybody that's tuning in late. So I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't know what to do. I would never get on here and try to say I know how we can solve the problems. I'm just gonna say what Tupac said. I don't have the answers, but maybe I can spark somebody else that has the answers to help them try to solve the problems in the world. And I just want to throw that out there this morning. That was just on my mind. Gentrification. We really got to start paying attention to how they treating us in our community. We happy about buildings and houses and stuff going up, but they not for us. They trying to push us in apartments. We can't create no generational wealth on no damn apartment. We can't pass that down to nobody. Oh no, just a little sad. Stephanie said Los Angeles and San Francisco have some of the worst homeless issues I've ever seen. Wow, Stephanie. And DC. Now DC, yes. Now I remember as a child going to DC. And it's so crazy because where the White House is and I don't know how that gentrification has changed in DC. Maybe y'all can let me know. Leave Keith's a comment up there until I finish with this statement. But when I went to DC, that was the hood. Like where the White House was at, downtown DC was the hood. Like the outskirts was real nice. But downtown DC, where the White House, that was the hood. Now, did they gentrify that and change everything around? Georgetown, all of that, that was the outskirts. But the hood, you had people sleeping in the park across the street from the White House, homeless people. We keep saying Houston, the system uses the homeless to make money for them. The ones that get the most money get the best corners to stand on it. It's quite organized. You're right. And I've always said here in Flint that they keep the people poor because that's where the money comes in at for the poor people. Okay, what other comments we got up here?
All right, let me get to it. I'm back.
In California, you will see tents all over. Wow. Democratic cities and Democratic states. Yep. Around the corner from the White House. Yeah, yep. Exactly, Stephanie. DC definitely used to be the hood. So they changed it. They didn't identification on that. Huh. Makes you wonder. Yep. She's talking about the trash cans. Mm-hmm. Exactly what I was going to say. But one thing I noticed is that Republicans usually just exile the homeless and Democrats just don't do shit but sweep them away. That's so sad. We got to get rid of this two-party system before 2024. I mean, but you think about it. Question, why do our neighborhoods look like a hood? And that's right. That's right, Deacon Dumas. Clack. Now, Clack is there a lot. He said DC is changing as we speak. I bet it is. Because I bet they got tired of looking at the White House and looking at the homeless people. So they got to move them to another part of town. Just like they did in Chicago.
Right. Gentrification.
Just like the downtown Chicago was all Black. It was the hood, Cabrini Green, all the projects.
But I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Why do it be the people that look like us to vote for these things?
Because they sell us this false sense of hope. Like, if you vote for me, we're going to make your life better. My life hasn't changed with who has ever been president. So it's just crazy to me. Thomas Nash, DC is getting gentrified now. Let me see. I can't. Mickey had to step out, so I got to get back on here and read the comments myself. The greatest producer in the world that left me. He always on that dang on phone. Hold on, I'm gonna get to y'all in a minute. Just give me a second. Oh, he's back again.
I'm back.
Okay, well, there was a comment up there.
Which one?
About DC and gentrification. It was. Got to go back up.
Straight up. That's how you gonna do
Good morning,
that.
y'all.
DC is this one right here.
No, back up.
Right here.
Right, DC. Yeah, there we go. Thomas Nash. DC is gentrified now. They are trying to erase all of the black neighborhoods, pushing people out into Prince George County, Maryland.
Oh,
that's
ain't that familiar?
That's what Liddell's at. They need to take her back. Maybe she can help them create some tiny homes there. Derek said, well, I want to read some of the comments this morning. Derek said gentrification was talked about in Boys in the Hood. Lord, and you see, we played that clip. That was from 1990. What was that, 91 or 93, Boys in the Hood? He told y'all they had a billboard out there then in California. That's where Boys in the Hood was at. We buy houses. He talked about it. Gentrification. We buy houses. Talking about
Furious Styles.
Yeah, Furious. That's it. That's your boy right there. That's Furious. Mickey's boy. What else they saying up there in the comments? We need reliable attorneys to attack this injustice system. Yes, we need some that won't to sell us out. Downtown Louisville, where I live, used to be the hood. Wow, I didn't know Louisville, Kentucky. Stanley Wood said, what does the hood look like? Go on my Facebook page and look at some of the pictures. Kabbalah Harris, since Clinton, the Democrats been pandering and using fear. Mm-hmm. Flint should have a group, this from Ms. Sherhart, Flint should have a group of investors, Flint natives, buying foreclosures to keep fat cats out. Unless you invest in your own community, you run the risk of outsiders controlling the area. And that's exactly what has happened. Chicago has the immigrant invasion. What wasn't Mickey just talking about that? I was on the phone with Mickey a couple weeks ago, and I was out in Grand Blanc at the Rite Aid, and I went across the street to McDonald's, and I'm like, Mickey, it's a lot of foreigners working out here now. And he was like, yeah, they bringing them all here to Flint. You go down to Somerset Mall in Troy, Neiman Marcus, and ain't nobody in there that look like us that's working, that speak good English. Not saying you got to speak good English, but I'm just saying I never seen no black people. Well, I did see one black person that worked at Neiman Marcus. Like, y'all don't want Liddell, we don't want either. We don't want either. Y'all about to make me call in. Well, you need to call in, Deacon Dumas. We need people like you to call in. The phone lines are open. Whenever y'all want to call in today, 810.
I'll put it on the screen. I'll put the number on that
207-5058. Call in. Let us know how you feel.
Tell us how you feel about
we talking about
the demise of Flint and what do y'all feel about the organizations? Open up the calls for that, because I mean I'm not knocking no organizations or nothing, but
are they here to fool us? Are the organizations? I feel like people quit going to the churches. So here come all of the organizations. It's just another cover up. Is this something else to feed us feel good hope? I don't
I want to say this in the defense of these organizations. How much can they really do?
Nothing. They can only do what they're allowed to do.
Yeah, how much can they really do? Because I mean, in the end, you can have a person out there screaming for the top of their lungs for you. And I do like what AC just said. We need to clean up our own yards, homes, etc.
Yes,
if we kept our own neighborhoods together, because we are our own worst enemies, even though it was created like this. Mm-hmm. Let's just be honest. This is this ain't like happened overnight.
Well, Mickey, just like AC, he asked the councilwoman in the Ward 7 at the council meeting. He said, do you live in a house or do you live in an apartment? He said, you got to be invested in your community in order to care about it. I thought that was the best thing I ever heard Deacon Dumas say. Stephanie, she said, I am knocking them. None of them are doing a damn thing. But can they? What can they do? When you have an organization that is taking money, and I'm not talking about stealing, taking money, or you're being, what's the word I'm looking for? supplied by or funded by someone in another race, it's not about the Black community anymore.
And you see what Stephanie said, don't you? She
Call or two to decline. Press the
Stephanie, I'm with you, but I'm gonna take the
caller. You've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Listen, my name is Ace Dumas.
Hey, Deacon Dumas.
And I'm calling from the hood.
From the hood.
From the hood.
The neighborhood.
The
Yes,
neighborhood.
Sir. Listen, I just want to say that while we, I know you all talking in general, but in particular, our own neighborhoods, reason they look the way they look is because the people that live in the neighborhoods are the biggest problem. And I believe that.
Okay.
Now, one just in your community where you live don't look like Flint does it.
No, it doesn't.
So that lets you know, and you all take pride in where you all live. I mean, you know, and people in Flint should take pride where they live. Absolutely. And I don't know where we got this nastiness from, especially black folk, because black folk weren't trained to be filthy and all like that. That wasn't even our heritage. I don't even know where it came from. So I'm just saying we want to blame the man, but let's start blaming us.
You're right.
That's all I got to say. Now, if you got any questions, feel free to ask me. And Channel 5 is running the news clip about the dysfunctional city council, the Hilton.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Yep.
The Hilton Hotel, they running the commercial, but they ain't got. They only showing the black council persons.
That's right. I noticed that too, Deacon Dumas. I absolutely.
Did you know that they didn't show none of the white? They said this dysfunctional. Yes. They showing May, Jerry Winfrey Carter,
and Candace.
And
Candace.
Not Candace. Wasn't Candace?
Yep, they put Candace on there. I seen that she was on one of those stations when he was talking about.
Okay, I just saw it. It just saw. I'm on 5 and it showed Jerry Winfrey Carter, Tanya Burns, and Mays.
Okay.
But if they did show Candace, they didn't show Eva Worthy or Priestley in them.
They did not.
All right, I just thought I'd call in and let your ratings go, so your ratings can go up. I know they've been kind of low.
Thank you so much.
They've been real low. They've been real low. So.
Well, thanks for tapping in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for helping us out.
And as for Mickey, I know he'll listen to you. When are you gonna help me with my tablet? Thank you.
Okay.
He said that. He said he's gonna listen to you. I'm gonna never.
He said never, but you know what?
I gotta get over there and help.
He makes a lot of sense. Like, we weren't raised like this, but when you are renting a home, let's put it in an analogy that we all understand. And I'm not gonna use no damn pizza analogy. If I'm using your car and I don't have a car, and let me use your charger. Oh, I'm rolling. I'm trying to race. I'm trying to do donuts. I'm doing everything because it's not mine.
Right.
I don't care. It's not mine. If something happens to it, oh, dog, I'm sorry. You know, I got you. You know, I'm gonna give you a couple dollars. But it's not ultimately, it's not my responsibility. If you are not invested in the area in which you stay, you don't care. And he's right. I stay in Grand Blanc. It don't look nothing like Flint. They put notes on our door when our grass is too high. Do they do that here in Flint? Well, I did see they give out $250 tickets to one person that they didn't like. But think about it. And who was here that told us, oh, Maurice Davis, why do the Republican communities look better than the Democratic communities? But we always was born and raised to vote Democrat. They gonna do for us. They gonna do for us. We are Democrats and they gonna take us to the mountaintop. Which mountain? Well, where they gonna take us? What they saying up here, Mickey?
Oh, they're saying good stuff. I'm getting texts and everything. You know, even Bilal liked your show today.
Oh, thank you, Bilal.
Even though he took a shot.
Miss Betty Pringle Knapp said, when I came up in the 50s and 60s before integration, We had lawyers, judges, doctors, teachers, and factory workers in our neighborhoods. We kept our neighborhoods up. Children had good role models. No, it's like people just don't care. Now it's like people that just don't care. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Derek, our community's behavior of criticism and self hate. Until that stops, we are doomed. You are right.
Oh yeah, you can't criticize nobody here.
Janelle, Janelle, the mindset of people is so different. People don't think like they used to.
Mm.
Good morning, Tony. Thank you. The mindset, we have to change our way of thinking. We always have to, we got to stop thinking that we need somebody to do something else.
No,
for us.
he's been on fire the last 48 hours.
Our people always rented homes. Our mindset is terrible. That's right. If it's not ours, we're not going to value it as much. And now they building all of these affordable $1,600 apartments. Stephanie, prime example, the Northern High School area used to be a premier area in the community. Now it looks a mess. Tell me about it. Grew up over there. Me and Sean Crowder, you seen them say hello, neighbor? Went to Anderson. Couldn't wait to go to Northern. Mama wouldn't let me go because there's too many of my friends there. I had to get shipped off to Southwestern. Beautiful. When I grew up, when I was growing up, I said, I want to live over here. I didn't want to live out on Miller Road. I wanted to live off of El Dorado Drive.
You move back there now?
Would I move back there now? Yeah, I would.
Took you a little long to answer.
It took me a little long to answer, but I wanted to, I'm talking about dreams as a child, as a Black child growing up with my mother and my father. My mother worked in the hospital. My daddy was a factory worker. We had rules, found boundaries, they education. We had to go to church. They laid the foundation for me. Did I follow it? No. I messed up. I made my own mistakes.
You're right, because you're still in the church. You didn't grow up. So I understand.
I believe in God. I rather be here on earth and believe that there is a God than to die and find out that it is one and I didn't follow the orders down here on earth. Now that's just me.
That's just
believe in who you want to believe in.
I believe in a God, but I know a lot of these people is lying. I know when they lie, when they say
step up there behind that pulpit don't be telling the truth. But I tell you what, in my church, everybody that come in and say they are pastors, they don't get to speak.
Yeah, because he wouldn't let me talk, but he won't be back on here again. That's how I feel about him. No, I'm just joking.
And Stephanie said, I just moved from over there, grew up. Donuts, gunshots, and my mom got poisoned with the water. Yep. Right. That Ballinger Highway corridor that Arthur Woodson always talks about. And we're gonna have him on here to talk about that cancer cluster study. Michael Clack, he's another one. He grew up over there with us too. That used to be the area. I remember riding by the Clack's house. Beautiful house.
That wasn't always the best, I grew up in the valley.
Was the valley nice back in the day?
Hella nice.
I mean, you made it once you hit the valley and the estates.
Well, the estates was more, the valley was more like more like some of the, I'm really a north sider, but my father stayed in the valley. They had nice, the south side was nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had nice sides over there. Flint was nice. Flint was, because you got to think this was a booming city at one time.
General Motors.
Right.
Generous.
But see, and I got to bring that back. And I do like what the former mayor of Compton, what he was saying. When you go look at the people that's in place. Is Flint better now from the people that's in place, or is Flint worse now? I'm talking about from the organization to everything. We are
definitely worse than what we were.
Right.
But are we blaming ourselves, or because when the shops closed, the jobs left, the people left, they moved back down south or wherever they came from. But when these companies come, we give them everything. We pour everything into them,
right?
And they don't pour anything to us. General Motors, did they ever have to pay taxes in Flint? I don't know that history. I'm glad Deacon Dumas is on here this morning. Did they ever pay taxes? Because all they did was just flush stuff into the ground.
Yeah, like IRS, they got to go.
They got to go, and they left, they left us with acres of contaminated land sitting in the middle of our city. I grew up in Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. There was a time where, it was hustling and
AC said
bustling.
yes.
Yes, see? It was a time where it was hustling and bustling
Bustling.
over there.
Yeah.
I remember about
AC from the South Side.
6 years ago, coming out of the front of Antioch, standing there on Stewart Street. Do you know right now, and if you don't believe me, go do this challenge now if you stay in the Flint area. Stand in the front of Antioch and you can look clear to downtown.
Yeah.
You couldn't used to do that.
If you're just on top of the building.
But you can see clear through the downtown.
Well, they finna build it up, just not for you.
That's why we here, Mickey. We need to do something.
This is my thing. How can you really do something? Because I'm looking at the questions. How can you do something when we got a lot of haters? Just blacks in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the BS we go through.
Just for a simple damn podcast.
Yeah, just look how you have haters.
Yeah.
A person to get mad at you if you doing this, and all it is, if they feel you got people paying more attention to you, or if this and that. Like, even on this level,
just distraction.
So, but I'm just saying, but on this level, if you see confusion on this level,
can you imagine what type of confusion you see at the top? Right, I get what you're saying.
When you see how people can't even get, I'm just saying from the politicians, from you know what I'm saying, just all levels. If you got more, it seems like it's too much competition. Right. Like we got to compete with each other. Oh, I got to one up him. Oh, I got to do this. I got to get on this side.
I gave out more water than you did.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
I gave out more food than you did.
Right. Instead of just doing it, don't matter what you did, but when you got to brag on I did this, I did that, that's where the problem come in. Everybody, you know, like they say, everybody want to be a chief, but don't nobody want to be an Indian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why you saying why we coming on this, because even the grassroots can't even get together.
We can't.
The grassroots can't even get together to come with a solid plan. We know Flint is, you know, the piping, the water poison. We know people need houses, need roofs on tarps, you know, their roofs did, furnaces did, basement from the flood. But yet you are here, a councilwoman getting money, another council person getting money. You hear these grants coming up, this person up on here. How can we never gonna get along? Because it's too much, you know what I'm saying? If we beefing on this level, how you gonna expect young people to come join your mission when it's just they seeing the people beef amongst themselves?
You can't. And they won't. And they see it and they take off. Stephanie said, there y'all go, Big Bird and Ernie. You ain't lying.
Right, I'm just saying.
Seriously. What's the question marks? Dante had question marks.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we never
ignore everything but the purpose. Yeah, they always ignore everything. Everybody ignore everything but the purpose. But then you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose? Is the purpose to distract us?
Because just look with the recall, you see Miss Beverly Biggs out there.
Yeah.
Older lady out there.
Yeah. We always say what we gonna do.
Right.
I mean, think about it. It's November the 10th.
Right.
Oh, what was they saying 4 months ago? November, we gonna recall Neely. Ain't one went in yet.
Right. I'm just saying, but look at it. But look at all the stuff that you just been seeing going on. You got people. He come on at like every other, the best water in Flint. You seeing people dying. Trying to get the cancer cluster study here. Look at the hell he catching.
Yeah. They trying to take the damn cancer cluster from him. And it ain't because they want to help more people than he helping. They see the dollars that's attached to the cancer cluster study.
Right.
It's always about the money.
About the money. That's what I'm saying. Not caring that people die, then you see Snyder get off. But when you do something, you getting charged. Then you getting to see, I'm just saying, you got council people. I mean, like Eva Worthing, for example. For an example.
Well, Eva Worthing, they said they almost done getting her signatures. They got about 4 more to get.
But I'm saying, look at her. Oh, I talked to my whole ward. No, she ain't been out to the Regencies.
Right, ain't stepped out there.
But if you notice, they only
she even talking to people in the 8th ward now.
But you see what I'm saying? But you ain't went over there to the Regencies. You only went out there when Sheriff Swanson and when they was throwing the event with John Allen Bay.
Yeah.
When they was doing something, then you go out there. When have you went out there on your own with a couple of your own people and went out there, go knock door to door?
Never.
They'll give you a police escort.
They would. Hell, if they come pick you up for
But this is a teacher that they be forgetting, be sitting up here in
she
court.
teach the black children.
Yeah. And this was so sad. Look how she talked to black women up there. You
Yeah.
calling this person ghetto. Have you ever called a kid ghetto in your classroom?
It's gotten so bad. So, she taping people. Hell, they got other people taping people too. The stuff that she is saying off camera is amazing.
But even being called you taping, I bet you if she had a student in class and they pulled their phone out. See, it's the thing that she's able to get away with. But guess who empowering her?
The mayor. The mayor. AC said white voters in the 8th ward are signing a recall petition. See?
Well, Kelly, you see this right here.
People on Eva page saying they are purposely sabotaging by signing incorrect names on the recall sheets. And you know what? But see, if they purposely sabotaging the recall, they ain't hurting nobody but themselves.
Right.
Because if you think about it, and I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna swing from that same tree as Maurice.
You see this from Lifestyle,
Eva
don't
ain't
you?
Controlling that damn ward.
Right.
She ain't. Y'all getting her out. She ain't controlling nothing.
Right. She's getting the hand.
She's just sitting.
She's getting the playbook and getting told how to vote and what to vote for.
What that ex-mayor from Compton just tell us? She just another face.
Right. Did you see that?
I'm in North Carolina, and our new pastor just left the church in Flint last year. He shared with us that the corruption runs deep in Flint, even with the local pastors. He says money buys the church vote in Flint. Oh, is your new pastor named Flynn or Miller? I'm sure Flynn didn't say that, but Pastor Herbert Miller probably came and dropped some truth on y'all. But I'm just wondering who your pastor is, what church you go to. I can look it up myself. I'm sure she talks to kids in all types of unacceptable ways. And you know what? I'm gonna say that she probably talks to them just enough to get them to the next class. The signatures are checked on the list provided by the Flint City Clerk's office. Free check. Jersey here. Hey, Jersey. Chris Martin. Yes, but they call me the flip-flopper.
And this is what I'm like. Now, you know what tripped me out about Facebook now? Now, I seen him on some mess.
I knew he was about to take off.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, and it's Miller, too.
Miller.
He tell him,
yeah. Tell him I said hello.
And this is what I want to say about it. I don't get mad at nothing, but I seen a pastor, Chris Martin, but you can't because we all human. And I love that. I was going to put the screenshot up when he was like telling somebody, he was telling DeWine, oh, you been on 10. I don't think he been on 10, but I'm going to say because he's supposed to be coming on the show for Friday. But this Chris Martin don't even know what's going on, but you to jump in there and say he been on 10.
Yeah, because they like this confusion in the community. Like DeWine saying, I got a job. I don't run the Facebook. I don't be on Facebook all day. Bro, you've been on Facebook for the last 2 damn days.
Right. Save some of it for the show.
Save what we going to be on tonight.
Save for the show. Right. Save some.
Big Bird waiting for you. Ernie is too. Hell, Gina, what Gina going to be? The Cookie Monster? She got some cookies for you.
I'm just saying, it's like, and that's what I think there's really, because don't get me wrong, because I've been getting involved in it too. I just feel like I ain't got to do nothing because because I could put things up on their fire, putting clowns on people's faces, showing things. My thing is this: I wouldn't brag on the work I did yet when you're looking at the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Still suffering, right. But you ain't got nothing to be proud about.
I mean, you can't come, and it's the thing. And I did tell him this: I'm not gonna throw, you know what I'm saying, what you did, but your work, go ahead. Because I don't put it on my page because I don't want my people to, I ain't saying people like family. I'm just saying people I know, friends come on there and go to comment. Mm-hmm. But I love when people go to putting their posts because you want to get a reaction. I'd rather just lay the facts down and we let the people judge by that. You know what I'm saying?
To quit involving myself in a lot of folly, but sometimes I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Because I get,
and you can't get
tired.
mad. Yeah.
Talking about people that don't live here, and you've heard me constantly say,
yeah.
Beyonce don't live here. Y'all took her $1 million.
But
Bruno Mars don't live here.
But this how you can stop this.
Kyrie Irving.
But I didn't watch these same people go to other states, and your home ain't town ain't together yet. So I mean, let's don't play that. And I just hate it.
And y'all know where I hate it. And like I said, some of Mr. Flint finest. No, I mean, think they stay out there because you send your kids out there. Y'all talk about I don't pay taxes in Flint. Y'all don't pay taxes in Grand Blanc, but see, that's where a lot of y'all kids go. Why you don't you love Flint, but you don't send your kids to Flint school?
Yeah, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because then, and this my thing. Believe me, I didn't talk to Dwayne. Me and him talked. I told him this. This ain't nothing out like I'm just putting something out here, but I'm gonna do it respectfully because the brother, he a good brother. To me, I mean, for my opinion, I'm not gonna judge him. But like I say, I know him from me. We linked up on this. I'm not going, and it ain't no knock to people. Got to stop this. Just because you come out, see, at least my thing. If I am criticizing, at least I'm criticizing it from how I know him, and not just jumping out there people who don't know and just going on. Now I think them wrong. You know them,
right?
When other people go to criticize and they just be bandwagon. They beefing over here. Let me jump in this. Come on, let's stop. At least the people.
Got so many. That's the true definition of flip floppers and fence hoppers. You got people that's looking for homes.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about looking for homes to live in. They just looking for people to just jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
And that's why we so messed up in our black community.
Right. That's why, because you see them
so confused and divided.
Yeah. The first thing they do, they said this.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah, they said this, man. They said, no, it ain't, brother. He coming on today to go explain that if we was really beefing, you think we want him on. We know.
Hey, Massachusetts.
This just us having a conversation with him. You don't see me.
Dante says y'all need to discuss privately first and really hash out the issues. But Dante, see, a lot of people think when I bring stuff up here that I haven't discussed it privately.
Right.
And I have.
Yeah, we didn't have conversations.
I had conversations with him.
Yeah, we didn't call the brother. It's just certain things that what I'm responding to is when I see these things on Facebook. And I know you coming, but I also know, like AC said, controversy sells in media. But it really was no controversy. This was just, it was some things that was talked about, and that was it.
But you know what catches me the most, and everybody out here that's watching us?
Yeah.
We will fight each other.
Like cats and dogs.
Like demons.
Yes.
But the people and the millionaires that's coming in and buying up our land and our houses.
Shake hands with them, smile in their face.
Say it, Mickey.
They some of the best people.
Sitting down, let's go out to lunch, let's have dinner. They treat them good.
Yeah.
They want to take pictures, shaking their hands on social media. Look who I'm with, Mr. Ridgway White. I'm standing here with Sheldon Neely. I'm standing here. That don't mean shit.
Right. Like, I don't listen. You know this. I don't never try to be up in pictures with that because I'll be looking at it.
Because I do like to be on TV. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I don't do the picture
keep
stuff.
It real now. I'm gonna get in the picture now.
Man, when I really don't like doing it because I understand what it is. And don't get it twisted. We didn't got chastised. You think I be caring? I done seen people make posts this and that. Listen, man, it's just my thing. If you in this thing called media, you're going to have to report that what's going on. Right. Whether your friends going to like you or not.
Right.
As long as you ain't getting personal, we just talking about what's going on. Believe me, I done had conversations. I done had conversations with Brother Roberts. Man, him done talked about certain things.
Yeah.
That don't mean I don't, it's a disagreement. And Brother Roberts over there, I'll tell you, I was over there with Black Lives Matter. I just left. I mean, I didn't technically leave. I just went to taking care of what I needed to take care of to get my media thing off the ground.
Yeah.
So I had to go do my own thing. It was, you know what I'm saying? So I don't do all of that. Yeah. But you still have to go and tell the truth.
You do.
At the end of the day.
You have to.
If you're going to be mad at me, because one of the questions is going to come up, and I'll just say it. Why would you wait 30 days later to even bring that back up?
Just to create some
more controversy. That's all that was going to create. My thing was this, and I told him this on the phone. Brother, y'all could have easily, but this is my opinion. This is not his. This was my opinion. And I told him that. Could have came on there and said, hey, if I was writing it, listen, you know, Blase split 810 didn't have, you know, what was said, it was a mishap. We understand. We talked to the councilman, Blase split. We not finna, you know, I'm just saying 810, we not finna do this. We didn't go jump on it. We kind of do, you know, we did some defending because I knew what was said, it wasn't meant like that.
We was there though.
Right.
Mickey.
But I'm saying I knew it wasn't meant like that. But to come bring it up, because I don't want this to be like, oh, it's a got you moment. That got, no, because that's what really got us what we talking right now. This the whole thing. And we see the folly from Liddell Lewis. We see the folly from Eva Worthing. Dennis will tell you, we was going at him.
Yeah.
It ain't like it was no, but see, it seemed like we can go at other people, but if the so-called, you go at your own, it become a problem. And this was just politics. This was just talking about politics. So
hey, I like that, Kevin Earls. If you're not losing friends, you're not growing
right.
up. I love that one.
I'm gonna put that up.
I love that one.
And it's just
not
the truth.
Losing friends, you're not growing up.
And it ain't no knock. Like I said, I ain't gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like the brother, me and him we had a decent conversation, but it's just like, come on, man. Like, you know, if you throw a punch, you know, punch is gonna get through back, and you might don't be speaking.
And that's okay.
Not to us, you might don't, but I'm just saying we all got something that somebody can point out. That's my thing. So just don't throw a rock and don't think you're gonna get something through back, and we still gonna be all right.
But if you want to, I don't call myself a leader in this community.
Me
I'm a podcaster.
Neither.
I don't call myself a role model in this community. I'm a podcaster. I'm not an activist. I'm not an activator. I'm a podcaster. I'm just trying to report what I see in my own opinion, and I'm gonna give you some of the facts that go with it.
Right.
That's what I do. I believe that parents, and I've said this before, you should be your own children's role model. Quit putting Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and Michael Jordan and Kobe and all of them up there. Be your own child's role model. Have your child look up to you. When I leave this earth, where it may be today or tomorrow, I want my children to say, Mama tried. Mama tried to do, Mama stood for something. Mama fought a corporation by herself. That's why Mama's so mad at Black Lives Matter. I feel like Black Lives Matter Flint should turn their shirts inside out. I don't care who on there. From Brother Roberts to Dewan to whoever. Where were you when I needed you? And so many others here in the city of Flint.
That's why that's what I started this thing for. The 810 for, because I was saying, you look like AC said, you're looking at Channel 5, and I like what he said on this. But it ain't no way you can fall out. Like he said, Winters took a shot at me about Ashley Capital. I want him to know about Black minority subcontractors' participation. And it doesn't bother me what other people say. One of the biggest critics of Ashley Capital talks to them all the time. And no one comes on my show will pay. If they don't pay, I will not pay. Pay.
If they said if they don't pay, I have to pay.
Right. It's just, and we got to stop that. We not gonna agree on everything, but it's not the end of be all. But we don't agree at, we can sit down, we can hash it out, and go to work. And this might be something that might activate the brother. He might be start showing y'all what he doing. Who knows? Like he told me, man, just give me time. And I told him, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, what I'm not going to... You
got a different perspective. I gave him 3.5 years.
But listen, it's a little... Mine might be a little different because I'm going to give you a heads up. I'm going to be honest. When my mother passed, I talked to that brother every morning.
We got another caller.
Go ahead. I ain't going to knock him, but you know.
Start the call or 2 to decline. Press 1 to start the call, or the call will start at the beep.
Good morning, caller. You've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Mrs. G. I'm calling from Waddell, Arizona. And I am a former Compton resident. And what I'd like you to know, when you do your research on Brother Omar, he was the worst mayor Compton ever had.
Oh, Lord.
He was known as the gangster mayor. So what you just heard from him, and I just tuned in, and I didn't. I was a little late, so I know you probably talked about a lot of other stuff. But he was terrible. He was truly the gangster mayor. And if you want to know about the trash, excuse me, the trash corruption, he's your good source.
Well, do you think that maybe over the, this was back in the year 2000, I think I read, when he was mayor 2 terms. And this 2023, do you think back then he had a battery pack in his back and now it's been unplugged and he's actually seen the light?
No, I don't. Once a snake, always a snake. Okay. Don't let him fool you.
Okay.
He's really good at that. But he was no good for Compton. They didn't call him the gangster mayor for nothing.
Okay.
So, his rhetoric right now, it sounded really, real good, but
he wasn't like that in office.
Don't use him as your model.
Oh, please. Wow. Okay. So what he was saying was the truth. You telling me he just didn't practice what he was preaching.
There you go.
Okay. Well, okay. He saw the light.
Well, thank you for
we got to take what we can get.
Love your show. I'm here in Arizona right now. I lived in Compton for 30 years.
Okay.
Property owner. And so glad to be out of there.
All right.
But I love you guys.
Well, thank you so much
for bumping with us.
In.
All right. Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bishop, we need you on the air now, Bishop. Now, come on now, because Bishop.
Well, she said he was speaking the truth.
She said he was speaking the truth, but he was the worst mayor that Compton ever had. Now, you think Lawrence Fishburne was talking about him when he did that Boys in the Hood? But see, that was in the 90s. But he was I can't remember when they said he was mayor, but he said he was a 2-term mayor.
I'm gonna put this
they
up
charged
here for
him with a lot of felonies.
This for you, Winters.
And like I said, I haven't research is important. Glad to hear when I'm talking to that. But like I said, Derek, when I played it, I said that I wanted to start researching him and what he was saying. Like, I just seen a clip from him, and he's AC. Absolutely, he's a politician. And even though maybe he was the worst mayor that Compton ever had,
what he said.
But what he said though in that video, we still can't. We still can't excuse, bless you. We still can't excuse what he said was the truth. I don't care if the man was in prison. What he said was the truth. He still spoke the truth on what he said. We fighting wars in other countries, but we in a war right here just with no army. He got a pass. His pass wasn't good. Maybe in the worst mayors. We done seen a lot of bad mayors around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the message that he said, and just that little, I don't know the man from that 3-minute clip that I played for you, but the message that he said was powerful, in my opinion. We designed to vote Democrat and we don't even know why. What did AC say about we got to learn how to bet
with young meat? Yeah, I mean,
that
was on Winters though.
you know, Mickey gonna jump off the plane, but I'm still gonna roll with my plane.
No, look who done popped back in.
Roll on my plane.
Look at Bishop T. Come on,
Mayor
Bishop.
Bradley is gonna call in right now.
Oh, it's on the screen.
Well,
Bishop
all right.
T.
Well, let me have the mayor call in.
Oh, now we get both sides.
810-207-5058. I would love to hear from the mayor, former mayor of Compton, California.
And Uncle AC, that's how we do it. We get both sides. That's how we do it, Uncle AC. You see what we internationally. I mean, we known through the 50 states now.
So we got people calling from Arizona, and then the mayor from the former mayor from Compton, California.
He's talking that
810-207-5058. I want him to call in right now, because he did look a little Suge Knight-ish when he was up there with that cigar.
I love Suge Knight. Was all right with me.
I know you like Suge Knight. I like Suge Knight too. He didn't play for no man. He didn't no nonsense. Good morning, everybody.
Get him on the phone.
start the call or 2 to decline. Press 1 to start the call. The call will start at the beep.
Good morning, caller. You've been bumped in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mayor Omar Bradley.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Compton, California.
Good morning, sir. I just played a clip at the beginning of the show. The floor is yours.
Mm-hmm. Well, some of my former constituents called me, and there seems to be some confusion with one of your callers as it relates to my record of elective history. And I just called in to allow your listeners to ask any questions they want or to explain anything that they may want to have explained. Let me be clear about part of the clip that I played or you played and what the topic was. Now, Compton has a $193 million deficit currently.
Wow.
They have until January to explain where $88 million have gone. And all of this stuff began after I left office. I left office in 2001 in July 1st. We had a $63 billion surplus. In my particular case, I was targeted by the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. The person who ran against me was a Los Angeles District Attorney. And just 2 years prior to him running for mayor, I fired his brother because there was a gun missing out of our evidence locker, which had been tracked back to the killing of Tupac Shakur, a 40 Glock. I also found that there were 96 kilos of missing cocaine. There was 1,500 pounds of marijuana missing. There was 2,400 gallons of PCP missing. And all of this had the stamp of approval of the local officials in the DA's office because I was about to run against a DA. So you had one brother who was a police captain, the other one was a district attorney. Now, it took 17 years for the two Compton PDs, Reggie Wright and Reggie Wright Jr., who were over drugs, to be indicted for stealing drugs out the evidence locker. And they have been on YouTube admitting that they put me in prison. Admitting that because I got rid of them, they put me in prison. So if there's a caller who is misinformed about my record, they need to check the record. Because one thing about running your lips without at least running your brain before you do it, you have a tendency to do a lot of stuttering. I am the only mayor in the history of the United States to defund an entire police department. And I warn my police, if you don't stop what you're doing, I will get rid of you no matter what the consequences. It doesn't matter to me because when you are a police officer and you're an African American and you're selling dope, then there is no hope.
Caller, I do have a question for you. I hate to interrupt you, but I do have a question for you. This is from Deacon Dumas. He said, what did you accomplish when you were mayor? Because Compton for many, many years had crime issues. During your term in office, what was the crime like?
Well, when I first got in office, we were averaging about 93 murders a year in a 10.10 square mile area. And when only 90,000 residents, that means 1 in every 1,000 was going to be killed. So what I did was I put together a program that was quite simple. I started working with the community and turning the money that Compton had inward on itself. In other words, if you were a contractor and you wanted to do business in Compton, if you didn't have any people from Compton working, you couldn't get a contract here. And that meant you had to hire everybody. I mean, I hired the Pyrus, I hired the Crips, I hired the Vatos, and what I found was murder, violence, crime occurs when people are disenfranchised from the money that their parents are putting up in the form of taxes.
Yep.
I started Operation Redirection when I went into all the gangs, and I just walked up into them and said, "You want to work?" "Yeah, because I'm going to put you to work cleaning up this town." Operation Redirection took 40 HUD homes that were burned up, used as dope houses, all kind of ugly things were happening there. And I used the very people burning them up and selling dope from them to rebuild them. I taught them construction trades. I opened up Operation Clean Your Green, where I took the gang members that went via the construction, and I taught them how to trim the trees, how to fix the potholes, how to plant flowers where there were weeds. And murder, under my tenure, went from an average of 130 murders a year down to 19.
Wow.
So anybody that wants to call in and talk about me, let me tell you why they have to do that. It's because of that video.
Yeah, that video was powerful. You talked about gentrification.
I am the Million Man March Award winner.
Oh, wow.
There were 3 people given that award.
Minister.
One of them was Stevie Wonder. One was Ben Chavis. The other one was Omar Bradley, the mayor of Compton. I am the NAACP Man of the Year for 1993.
You hear that, Deacon
I
Dennis?
am the award-winning filmmaker, novelist. I'm a Shakespearean laureate. And so, but let me tell you something. Before they come to destroy you, they got to crucify your name.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
they do.
Yes,
Yes,
we experiencing it.
But can you speak a little bit on that video that you did yesterday? I played it a little earlier before a lot of our listeners got on here, and you talked about gentrification and how it's happening in Compton, California right now. What they are doing to destroy our brains mentally is worse than anything. Can you talk about that just a little bit for me?
Well, my wife, as a witness, 2 weeks ago, we saw a woman walking naked through the marketplace. I mean, not a stitch of clothes. And you see, gentrification is a bombardment of all the senses. Trash everywhere, graffiti everywhere, gang members everywhere, prostitution everywhere, where the people give up hope. And you can't have gentrification unless you have participation with law enforcement.
Right.
Because what happens is people just give up. And when I said no one called the police and said, "Excuse me, officer, it's a woman walking around naked." And it just becomes acceptable until what happens is Black Americans of good conscience just leave. Now, I want you to understand something. This is important to understand. Gentrification has to be backed up by local authorities, state authorities, and county authorities.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you a little story so you'll understand. The district attorney that ran against me had his campaign funded by Death Row Records while he was investigating Death Row Records. And when it got to court, nobody said a word.
Wow.
Not conflict of interest, because you have to understand. It's not just the visuals that are out there in the world, but it is the audio that they put in these kids' ears.
Are you a Democrat?
They are
we got
motivated.
that question. Are you a Democrat, or do you affiliate with any party?
I am a Democrat.
Okay.
But I am a Democrat. The rest of these clowns are Uncle Tomocrats. They are afraid of their shadow, and they will not speak up because they are getting benefits from allowing these things to go down. Because you see, when you step in front of a machine that's looking to make 400, 500, 600 billion dollars, these people are not looking to make millions. When you step in front of that machine, now you're dealing with, the judge's 501 retirement plan. Now you're dealing with the bank's investments. Now you're dealing with projections that have been made about what they're going to do once they run out the old African-American families who have a vested interest. There's a reason why we don't have generational wealth. Because the Black communities that used to be are no more. And it's always the same formula. Gang banging, hip hop, and as Francis Renaud said, raise the hemline, lower the bus line. Yeah. They sexualize our community to the extent that nobody can fight anymore. Mm-hmm. They just can't do it. My work in Compton was recognized worldwide. China, Africa, Central America. I've been to all those places, to be honest, because no one thought it could be done. And it, turning a community like Compton around can be done simply by turning the money that these communities generate back on themselves. I know you guys are in Flint, Michigan, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Flint, Michigan has a budget. Insist that 80% of the budget is spent on the people of Flint. Well, what does that mean? If you got potholes, take your population and teach them how to fill it. Organize, educate. Teach them what to do. If someone comes to your community and they want to start a restaurant, oh sure, we'll fund it. How many people from Flint gonna work? 80% in your restaurant. And what begins to happen when this goes on for years and years and years, the people start getting brought into the community, and so they don't want to destroy the community.
Yes.
I took 25 gang members. I had the police pick them up. They thought they were going to jail. I brought them to a beautiful office. Had steak dinners in front of them. Tables, gravy. Mr. Mayor, why are we here? I said, I want to show you what I'm spending on graffiti every year. It was $800,000. They said, what that got to do with us? I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. For every dime you don't make me spend on paint going on the wall that's already painted, I cut this graffiti down. I'm going to hire you. I'm going to give you the jobs to get up the graffiti. Now, these are the very ones putting it down. It didn't take but about 3 months for these guys to figure out, if we keep putting this graffiti up, we ain't going to do that but have to get up in the morning and take it down. But at least we're going to get paid for it. So now what happens is the gang members become the ambassadors in the community to say, hey, man, don't paint on that wall. I just painted that wall.
Right.
Don't tear up that house. I built that house.
Now they vested into the community. Right.
Absolutely. And you can't demand nothing from people who have nothing.
Exactly.
So I'm so sorry called in with ugliness, because it's shocking to hear from a real black politician. It hasn't been any in such a long time that what happens is when you hear from us, right? We sound like we're from another planet.
So do.
But when you get black people who know that there's nothing wrong with the land we live on, it's just like the land that white folks live on. When you get black people who know there's nothing wrong with the stores we shop from, it's just that we don't have any investment in the stores, so our money is going in one door and out the other. So we have to make people vested in their community.
Exactly. And
you sit there saying, if you come into Compton, if you come into Flint, if you come into Chicago, if you come into New York, if you come into Harlem, look here, you're going to be part of our community.
That's right.
Now, they say I took money from the trash companies. I heard someone say about that.
Yeah, they said that you were the right ones to ask about the trash company.
Let me tell you something. I made the trash companies pledge to take $2 million of their profit and put it into youth sports. You know what that did? It produced the #1 basketball team in America. And I'm glad you're in Michigan, because you may remember the Dominguez High School Dons had 5 starters, and every last one of them went pro and now got NBA rings. Tayshaun Prince.
Tyson Chandler. Mickey over here jumping up and down, my producer.
And listen, let me tell you what. I had so much equipment for the kids and so many good coaches that one night I went to the state championship, and on every level, somebody from Compton was competing for it, and we won all 3. So, yeah, they mad at me. I've never stolen anything from anyone. I didn't have to. Did they tell you that when I was mayor of Compton, I was the assistant superintendent of the schools in Linwood? That's a city on the other side of town. I was doing $100,000 a year there. So I didn't need to steal. I have a double master's degree. I have an honorary PhD, 2 BAs. What I need here for? I'm going to go my whole life, 42 years without even a pink slip from high school, but now I'm a thief. So you got to understand that the newspapers are in on the game. Yep. Because all newspapers are avenues by which people pay to write the news.
Yes.
I put my ad in your paper. I want to be able to call the tune of what the stories are.
There you go. That's what's going on here in Flint.
And so if you don't organize yourself, strengthen yourself, get a good dose of God inside you, understand what attaining to righteousness means. It don't mean you're going to be perfect. Was I perfect? No, far from it. Am I an angel? You see from the tape, I'm not.
Right.
I was a 6'2", 255-pound Negro that was not afraid of nothing they had, and I still am not afraid.
Yeah, you look a little bit like
because
Suge
of people's history. Well, you know, Suge knows that I beat him down when he got too unruly when I was mayor. And I don't have a problem admitting that I did that. But he got out of line. He went too far. He threw a punch at me, and I showed him that, hey, I'm really not just a college professor. I'm really not just a superintendent. I'm from Compton. I grew up here. I was born here, and I had a lot of fights before I became the mayor. Matter of fact, I had a fight with the guy, the DA, who became the mayor after me, took him to court, proved he stole the election, got appointed to my seat, and then I was indicted about a month later by the same cops that I turned the report in about all these missing things. And then after I went to prison, 14 years later, when the case got overturned and I decided to run for mayor again, guess what they did? Tried me twice for the same crime.
Wow.
And got a conviction.
Dang.
Because, listen, the powers that be that want these black towns know something about these black towns. I can tell you right now, I have never been to Flint, but I know people from Flint, and I can just tell you something. There's water nearby. If there's water nearby, then there's train tracks nearby.
Yep.
If there's train tracks nearby, then guess what? You own valuable land. There's freeways nearby. Yep. And if it's freeways nearby, that means they can get product in and product out.
There you go. There you go.
So I'm not a Republican, but I tell you what, I don't feel like a Democrat because these Democrats sit here and allow this whole thing to happen because none of it is about political party. All is about power, control, and one other thing, getting paid.
That's the main thing.
There's people getting paid, and that's all it is. It's nothing more than that. Now, this started when I was 41. I'm 65. And when I sit down and I say what I see, none of them call in and say, oh, he didn't see that. They don't call in and say, oh, that's not happening. What they call in is they give you a litany of the white man's list of things that he said I did. They never charged me with taking money from a trash company. I was literally given a $2.50 phone call as a felony. They said I should have paid the phone call with my own money. Wow. $2.50, $13 bolo. These are realities.
You know what?
We charge you off.
I hate to cut you off because we got to get back to the show. But I'm going to be sliding in your DMs and you and Bishop. And I want to have you on one day as a guest so we can really sit down and do a deep dive into the gentrification in Compton and how it versus Flint. I really would like to do a show with you on that.
And I would like to because Flint is a beautiful place. I knew some of the elected officials there back in the early 90s. And we were good friends. They're good people. So we just have to remember who we are when we are doing the people's business. God bless you and keep you. You guys have a beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bishop Flowers.
Thank you, Bishop.
For he can defend himself.
Thank you, Bishop. Now that, people, if you were just joining in, that was the former mayor of Compton, California, who ran against the prosecutor. What did he say? The DA or the prosecutor ran against him, and they were charging Death Row and Suge Knight, but Death Row funded the other candidates' campaign.
This was so crazy. I watched Reggie White show.
Death Row. We are Death Row. We're Death Row now.
Hey,
Welcome to Death Row.
I think we have made it because
we have arrived.
Because I heard that I watched that story because Reggie White. I watch his podcast.
Now tell me about it because
you gotta go. You gotta go. I want him to break it down. Because
but just tell me about a little bit about Reggie White.
What they say training day was about, it's called Bomb First.
Bomb First, okay.
Yeah, he be talking about all the death row stories and all that because he used to be the security guard for Suge Knight.
So it makes sense why this mayor said they find the Tupac's killer.
He said the DA, Bishop T.
The DA, okay, the DA. Death Row funded the DA's campaign against this black man right here. So it made sense what he said yesterday about they telling y'all that they didn't found Tupac Shakur's killer from 30 years ago. That ain't nothing but a deflection.
Right.
Man, thank you.
How about that, AC, for a little small time, little media group, brother? No, because I don't want to lose my thought. Reason I was giving, why I say I get it, let the brother come on, because they do want to see us out fighting with each other. And that's do look bad how we sitting up here fighting against each other. So I like I said, and then I'm not gonna lie to brother before I lose thought. When my mother passed, I was with Black Lives Matter. Like I said, he showed up. So I give him the benefit of the doubt. I get what you saying on yours, but only thing I say, listen, don't get so mad if somebody, if you getting a little, don't be where you can't be criticized.
That's it.
That's it. Don't get mad, don't be criticized, because then when you go to where it get misleading at, you know what I'm saying? Because I do got the brother number, and the brother did answer when I called. So let me say that he ain't one who not gonna answer.
You know what? It's just like I have learned to. I mean, I'm still working on it, but just like the other day at council meeting, the lady came up to me, and she said, "I love your show. I watch you all the time. I love A10." She said, "The only thing that I've ever had a problem with you," she said, "I felt like you went at Councilwoman Tanya Burns too hard for her to be your sister." And I sat there and thought, and I told her, I said, "Well, I'm shady. She liked my shade." She said, "I get that. I love your shade too." She said, "But we don't need to hype up nobody else to see two black women against each other." I said, "But she said, I ain't got nothing to do with art." She said, "I'm talking about you, Winters." So I had to sit there and I listened to her, and I told her, I received what she told me, and it changed my whole perspective. And I sat down and I thought about it, and I was like, well, yeah, I was shady. I knew Tanya was going to come back at me. But when we seen each other, we got past that. And I knew me and Tanya would get past that. And I'm not going to say that I'm not going to throw shade at her again, because I'm going to hold them all accountable. It's going to be some more votes that I may not like. But what I do understand now, after reflecting back over what I said and what I did, Tanya is a councilwoman. Councilwoman Tanya Burns. She has to vote according to what her constituents. I didn't put her in there. I can't vote for her. I'm in Grand Blanc. But she has to vote according to what's the best for her constituents at that time. Her constituents in the 6 wards don't have the same problem as the 1st ward. Even though if they call her in the 1st ward, she gonna help. So I gotta learn to understand that too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I apologize. Damn, I said it. I apologize. Okay, let's go.
That's just how it is, and that's why I say, you know, with a lot of things, you got to be, you know what I'm saying. You can't be where it's looking like we throwing shade. I know sometimes it be humor in it. You know what I'm saying. We try to bring you the news with a little humor in it, because
but I don't ever want it to seem like I'm beating somebody down.
Right, and that's the point why I was saying what I was saying, because I don't want it to go like that. You know what I'm saying. But my thing is this though: you're not gonna keep throwing shots. Subliminals,
right?
Because I'm gonna go back throwing subliminals too, you know, and that's just how I am. Because we human. Like I try to rock certain ones. I will go back and probably throw shots. if I didn't think he was a good brother, that I know he you know what I'm saying. Even with Brother Roberts another one came to my mother's funeral or whatever, and I talked to him. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt just to see. And you knew him before you knew him before I did. So with my relationship with him, I'm gonna try to give you the benefit of the doubt. If you felt offended, I'll say, okay, I'm sorry if you felt offended, but it's probably the last one I'm gonna say I'm sorry on if you felt offended. Because we reporting the news. Black Lives Matter made the news.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna come out here and throw shade to say this and that, but I mean, come on now. Don't say people don't live in Flint when you know we got family all through Flint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be 10 toes down.
And we can, you know what I'm saying? We can be petty. That's why I don't want to be petty, because I do feel like he a good brother.
Start the call or
and I'm just gonna hold it like that.
Start the call or the call will start at the beep.
Caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yes, this is John Tony, and I'm calling from all over.
Okay.
I was listening to your broadcast here, and this is something I've been trying to say all along. As far as economic value, you had mentioned it the other day. You had asked the question, what are we, why do they want our land? Flint is unique because you understand that it supported one of the most, the largest and most powerful industries in the country and the world. The infrastructure is already there. So because of the economic issues that they're having there in the state, they're trying to bring in new industry. Well, it makes it very attractive for new industry because logistics, waterways, power, everything, it's already there, set up in the infrastructure. That's why actually capital is bringing in the type of investment that they are. And as far as us working together, our young people, I left the post earlier. If we don't get to our young people, those that we can, and turn them and teach them love and respect, to respect each other, our neighborhoods, and to love as opposed to hate, and to get away from that selfish, prideful, egotistical, narcissistic type of behavior, and spoiled. You know, they're spoiled on what we did. You know, I heard young people talk about, well, the old people just passed it off like they passed it off to us and left it for us. Well, we did what we were supposed to do. It was our turn in the civil rights and to set it off. We're supposed to hand the baton off because we got old, and you guys got the strength,
Right.
your youth, and you're supposed to take it from there.
Absolutely.
But instead, what I see is you're blaming what the old folks did. We did what we were supposed to do. But for the answers, and it's a complicated issue that you're dealing with there, and you've got one group that's focused on this, and this other group, their focus is on that, and they're saying, well, we're they're not doing this. They're not, instead of working together, because we all have our own gifts and we all have our own specific focuses and departments that we can be focused on, but we got to coordinate it together. Yours is in media. Someone else may be in activism. Someone may be organizing. And we can't forget the education of the children. Because if they don't have education, how are they going to even have a chance of moving into the positions that we left, whether we died off or retired? They move up. They'll be the judges and the police and what have you. But they don't have an education. How can they even take those positions? Republicans, they deal with the business end. And they train their children up in the business end.
Well, I don't want to say it's definitely political because it's also race and what have you. But we train our kids these days either be employees or to be employees as opposed to being business owners, or we train them to be dependent. And that's no shade, facts.
That's right. Yeah.
So you've got, as I've been looking, watching all this, because I do have family, my mother and all of them, they all, and brothers and sisters have kids that are there in Flint. I've been very concerned with the water and everything, which is another issue. Hey, that lead and all that other stuff, if you're ingesting it in any way, it's going to affect your thinking, your cognitive abilities, and cause other issues. And I'm saying, wow, can't they see it? Why can't they just see what's happening? Part of it is experience, and then part of it is, game, distractions and things, but part of it, that's an issue. But we have to overcome that. One of the things that you have to consider, it's easy, I was at, God told me the other day, why is it so hard to hate? So hard to love, yet so easy to hate? We always move to hate first.
That's true.
And we call other people's haters, but if we check ourselves, we'll see that we're hating also and focused on hating and our differences rather than how we can pull it together.
I agree.
And I know you don't have much time here, but I've been trying to get in for a long time, and I'm very concerned, and I'm trying to implement some things, but you keep saying town hall, whatever. Get a space. Find a space and do a media blitz, do flyers, whatever, to get whoever you can, and you talk, to come to the meeting. Like they call it a town hall or whatever, an event, a concert. Just get the people there, whatever, to get them in the place and have conversations. Get with the other people who have interests, like who you call your media competition or whatever. You've got people right now. You got Dennis on your side. If you look at that count, if you could just get Quincy, I don't know about the rest of them, but if you pull that, you've got the 5. And you've got to have these conversations and pull these people in and listen to them. Don't just push the agenda, but listen to them so you can discover who's real and who's really on your side. And you can also, when you get your agenda, I keep texting, agenda. How can someone follow you? Yeah, people can follow you to complain because we love to hate.
Absolutely.
But to get other help, like we did with abolitionism and with civil rights, it's because we had an agenda that others can get behind. A focus, a clear agenda. It's like when we can protest and stuff. Okay, you got to the table. But what is your agenda? Right. We have to have a strategy.
Absolutely.
We have to have a plan, not only for others, but we have to have that strategy and plan for whoever we want to bring along with us. Our soldiers, our lieutenants, our leaders, and we, what's going to hold us together, whether Mickey agrees or not, it's not about the church. Y'all got to get this straight. It's not about the church. It's about God.
Absolutely agree.
Not the church, not the institution,
Absolutely.
not all these pastors. It's about God, Christ. Look at what He said.
Yes.
Those are the answers. If we can start getting our perspective in line with Him, then we'll find all the answers and implement them into our society and our relationships and our neighborhoods and our child rearing. Get those schools back up. I don't understand. I mean, you know, all this stuff with parks and all that stuff, that's all good. But you're right. What are the people going to do if they don't have a house?
You're right. Can you do me a favor,
You know,
caller? Deacon,
I'm sorry.
can you do, I hate to interrupt you. Deacon AC Dumas, if you could please find him on Facebook. Do you have Facebook?
Yeah, I got you guys. That's the only way I can.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, of course you got Facebook, so you can see. But he wants your information.
AC,
Mr. AC
no soliciting.
So can you can you please reach out to him? He wants to have a talk with you. He likes your thought process. We all do like your thought process, and we thank you. We thank you for calling in and bumping with us this morning. We appreciate you.
Hey, like I said, I got family, friends there. I lived there for a long time. We got a lot of property there that we're going to lose with things we're moving. But we love you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we haven't forgotten you. We're going to do some things. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, we're still live.
So yeah, so you know,
yeah, we'll be talking about.
We came on this morning, like I said, we were gonna do a whole council recap because I had left my notes yesterday from what happened in council meeting. I'm getting distracted over here. Can you tell him to please call back after? Yeah, he know we live. So
I got. He said he just messing with you.
I'm
gonna hit you as soon as I'm done.
I came on here to do this council recap, and that was in my mind. But when I sat down in the chair, something else came on my spirit, and like I said, God talked to you, didn't he? My spirit came in here, and I said, you know, that council stuff is nothing but a distraction. That's nothing that's going to help us. I wanted to talk about something real. I wanted to talk about something that was going on in the world today that's not only affecting Flint, but across the nation. As you heard from the West Coast today to the East Coast, from the North and from the South, gentrification is real. Real. Our land is valuable. I had a short interview yesterday with former state representative Cynthia Johnson out of Detroit. She'll be coming on with me again next Thursday. And she's been talking about the land in Detroit is valuable and how they're buying up the land down there. And I'm starting to notice a similarity that's affecting a lot of our Black people, our Black politicians that are trying to do right, trying to speak out. You see how they get knocked away to the wayside? You notice how former state representative Cynthia Johnson, because she's speaking out against the mayor down there in Detroit, and things started coming up in her life. The light coming on, ain't it, Winters? The light finally came on, because you used to be hanging with them people. I used to be. I thought it was a part of. You thought you have a ride. I thought I had a ride, but I found out that I was just going for a ride. I hadn't arrived. I was just going for a ride. Take note. And then. No, I ain't like what you just said. Talking to the man this morning, the former mayor of Compton, California, to call in to A10 News Media Group with what he had to say and how he was exiled out from his position. But what I've been telling you, Black people, we got to get it together. But what I've been telling you, I told you, just give you an example. Look at Malcolm X, right? They got Malcolm X Street, and it's probably in the hoods with Malcolm X Street, but they didn't like Malcolm X. But you know what? But I'm just saying, look how they prop up these leaders. And I do agree with AC, you might finna get mad at me, but oh well, we'll be back cool later on. Jesse Jackson, your Al Sharptons. They put these people up like, I mean, to me, this is my belief. I don't want you picking my leader for me. And what I mean, the ones in power. Let the people let us pick who we want to go out there for.
Because 9 times out of 10, when they prop up these leaders, i.e., Neely, Liddell.
I can go a little deeper and say the whole Melissa Mays and the Concerned Pastors lawsuit. We didn't pick them. We didn't vote them to go out there and speak for us for the water settlement. Hell, we don't even know the details because every time they talk about it in council, they have to go into closed session. I love my pastors. I love the church. But I don't understand. We didn't pick them to be what happened to the water warriors. I'm just
Gina's
saying.
A water warrior.
I know, but Gina was Gina on the lawsuit? I didn't see Gina on the lawsuit. So I'm like, why? Why did that happen? I want to know. Well, Deacon Dumas, you got a lot of. He says that all the time.
No, Sister Muhammad, she I don't know. No, I'm just saying, but these the people they throw out when you see the news.
Did you use her because they needed and I'm just gonna keep it real. Did they need a white face to put up there?
I mean, we know most people. Now let me give the black this to my black family. This why I'm on the ship. I'm flying the plane now.
You gonna stay on the plane with me today?
I'm flying this one because I'm finna get us in trouble. I'm finna just give you a highlight.
All right.
This is what happens when you get black people who wanna feel they have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
They get up, they forget where they come from. That's basically what you getting summing up. They forget their neighborhoods. They all be fighting to get away and not come back up to help. And it's like Jesse, they all.
I know your words, but Vicky, you just commented on the post, and it's so sad. We're talking about leaderships and respectful and being role models for the community. And here go a post already 4 minutes ago. Good morning to all the people making an impact in the world, and shout out to all the haters. From our own Black Lives Matter. I mean, DeJuan, stay off of Facebook. Just save it for the show today. I mean, I don't know what you got to prove or who you trying to prove it to, but we need you to be a leader. This is not Black Lives Matter leadership material.
Oh, that's what you
and you fighting us harder than what about the? And I'm gonna say what I said the other day. We wasn't the ones that kept you off the Ethics and Accountability Board. You kept your damn self off of there with shit like this.
I guess in Fridays, the meeting tonight is going to be there.
It's going to be a hell of a show today at 5:00 because we got things that we need to talk about. We got things, and it's no arguing. I'm not going to disrespect him. He's not going to call me out of my name. I'm not going to call him out of his name. I can't speak for Gina.
No,
but Gina, we're gonna have a respectful conversation, and we want to get down to do Black Lives Matter. That's the name of the show. Do Black Lives Matter? Mm-hmm. So
I just hate it. Like I say, we in a situation where, like, when you seeing, because you look at it, anytime we get somebody that's gonna do something for their people, for us, I'm just gonna say it, for black people,
they get bought out.
They not gonna get pushed. Just think about, look how they try to tear you down if you do this and that. They didn't like Malcolm. They didn't like Martin Luther King when he started talking about Vietnam.
Oh yeah,
you got to start looking at that.
They don't teach that in the schools. They don't teach when Malcolm, not Malcolm X, but Martin Luther King got exiled from the Baptist church before he died. They don't teach that.
Yeah, they not. But see,
they don't teach that Malcolm X was a pimp.
Yeah, but see, we knew that. I mean, well, if you study, let me be real, and that show you the wonders of Elijah Muhammad. He didn't go to no Betty Ford clinic,
right?
He didn't go to all these other clinics that you got to send these drug addicts to, but send them to Elijah Muhammad. And look what you did. Look at him when they go to him. He was Detroit Red. No, nobody deny that.
Right.
And I wasn't on his level. I wasn't on pimp, none of that. But I was considered a fool until I started reading. I ain't gonna lie, my auntie and my cousin, and really my mom and them. But my cousin gave me a message to the black man. But this ain't no Betty Ford clinic you had to go to where they give you more drugs to take you off drugs.
Right.
So I mean, and people should read on that. But you can just tell when you're getting God-given lessons. Do you go to your church and make you a better person? Them the God-given teachings.
But and you know what, Mr. Dumas, he said, "Look at me. Blacks are hard on me because he want the black contractors to get paid." And I told you, and I stood at your truck and I said, "Who you fighting for? Let me know. I understand the cause, and I'm down with you." But when I see a list and I didn't see any black contractors on there, I was just wondering who you was fighting for. But if the message overall is saying, "Look, let's get the black contractors paid," but not only the black contractors, let's get them black contractors to reach out into our community and get some more black people and get them contracting jobs. Show them the skills, teach them a trade to where we can have big black contracting businesses around here and they don't always have to go out to these other engineering sites. So, Deacon AC Dumas, I sit here today and say I support what you're doing.
No, I
But
agree
get
with
the
with
message
that.
to the contractors to go out and recruit more black people, inner city children, and teach them how to demo. Teach them, give them the skills and the trades that they need to get the job.
Because why we ain't fighting for none of these buildings? Why the black contractors in Flint, why don't they get together, buy some of these buildings that they giving away for we can open up our own trade school, for we can train our own. See, because you study going to the same people, and this is my thing, and it's not no knock to nobody, because I do want to sit down. Like I said, I'm just gonna be as they say, a spectator. I do want to sit down and see you, the sisters and the brothers, sit down and dialogue when we can and come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
That'd
do
be a
want to see
great
that.
day.
This ain't no Jerry Springer where we got to do. I don't need them views like that because that ain't how we
That's
gonna
not
build
what
it
I'm
because
here
that'll
for.
come and go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even
When
though
it's
we know
over with,
controversy sells, but I want the truth to sell.
yeah, I
You know,
can't.
I want to spark other podcasters to go get them a room. Go get them a room. We got
Right,
2 little rooms in
right.
other cities. Go do what your local media, your
Not
local
doing.
news source won't do. Get the real message out. If I can just spark the mind to somebody else, we done our job.
Plagiarism. That's what Tupac said. I'm
And
just
I
saying.
know it. You
I'm
know,
saying it.
at
I'm
least I
saying.
love
But I'm
Tupac.
just saying. But look where he came from. He came from his mother, Afeni Shakur. That was Black Panther, Mutulu. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. But see, that's what it is. We kind of didn't got lost, but I wish some kind of way we can merge the generations where we can work together. And I would love for us to work together, but I'm like Sister Muhammad. I think the truth will come out, but unfortunately, everyone will not like it nor accept it.
Right.
And that's the problem. See, people don't want to hear about these organizations. Oh, we doing this if you criticize them.
Oh, Dollar Bill Rip Johnson, she will be on. She came on yesterday briefly for about 30 minutes. If you want to go check that out, that was just a brief introduction. But next Thursday night, I'll be back to my original time on the Winters Hall show from 6 to 7. She'll be joining me then.
Right. That's what I'm like, man. We can sit down because the most powerfulest thing, and it's not me saying it. I read it. It was from Elijah Muhammad's Black. If blacks got together, we'd be more powerful than an atomic bomb.
That's true.
And that should tell you something.
That's true.
We got the ninth. We would be the 9th richest country. Our spending power, but we like you hear spending because our money going out. You know what I'm saying? I would love to work with a lot of people, and it's just the facts right here. A lot of them ain't gonna go. Some we gonna have to cut away because some is used to the way the system is going. And it ain't no knock to say we should have our own, like the car. We should have our own stores, like the mayor from Compton. And I'm pretty sure it was gonna get some people. Listen, when a man and a woman break up, depending on who hurt, that other person gonna talk bad about you.
Right.
That's just life.
Hurt
And
people
then
hurt
right,
people.
and then when you grow up, you grow up, then you can find peace. Be like, I was on my BS too. You know what I'm saying? When you can admit what you did. But see, we got a lot of
It's
time.
always a lesson in
Right.
that hurt. You just got to be able to, and it takes us a while. It
Right.
takes everybody a while. You just gonna say, "Oh, I'm hurt. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna spread the." No, you hurt, and once you get out of that hurt, you got to have the brain power
Yeah.
to find the lesson inside that, because
Right.
it's always a lesson in everything.
Yeah.
Always.
Even in failure, it's a lesson.
Yeah.
Like I say, you got to lose before you win. Got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes because Black Tony didn't show up for work
No,
today.
he did Black Tony. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna come back. we're gonna do the sports. We didn't do it because when Black Tony come back, but we're gonna talk about it because we ain't got that much time. Because this was a different show today.
Yeah, we did. This was unscripted. We came in here prepared. Listen, on my little desk here, we came in here prepared to talk about everything at City Council. But you know what? This wasn't gonna help us.
So wasn't to keep going back.
This wasn't gonna help us. We got led in a whole different direction this morning.
Because when City Council over, when all this over with, what y'all gonna have is content. Right. Like you got to create it. And I do love that we able to reach and a million appreciations to Bishop T. Flowers for even connected us with the former mayor of Compton and everybody from the different states is tapping in. Yes. This is why I get up and do it.
We see somebody what they said Pittsburgh needed a podcast like this, where they was calling from, but we thank you. We thank all of you.
I pray they follow.
Right.
And I want to see all the podcasters, the medias, the winning Flint, even the ones I don't watch. I'm just gonna be honest. And I ain't throwing no shade. I want everybody to win. Yeah. That don't mean I'm gonna work with you.
Hey,
but I want because you don't see Fox,
for everybody
CNN.
To win. That don't mean you got to sit at my table.
Yeah, MSNBC. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They don't have. If you even see them, this what I. And
you don't see them going at it. You see MSNBC.
No, they take shots at each other. They be going
not all damn day like we do.
No, but what they do though. But you can't see them at press conference. You see a Fox. You see a MSNBC. You see all of them. Look at the clothing store. Gucci and Louis Vuitton, they don't be beefing, but you get black designers, we got to beef. This is my thing. I'm not beefing with no media person. I might don't agree with what you doing. I don't care if you get more views. Believe me, we ain't the big. We don't got the views. I see the youngest. I'll be watching theirs. They be when they 400 and 500 being their thing. I mean, live be people in there. That's who really putting it down.
Because we talking truth. But if we was Blueface and Krishan Rock talking about baby mamas and baby daddies, and he done left me and gone back. Oh, we've been hitting 5,000 by the end of the day. Yeah. But that's not what we on.
Right. That ain't what I want to sound with. We ain't gonna lie to you like Channel M lies and all of them. Right. Listen, it's messed up here. Right. People are really dying. Cancer cluster study is out cold. I want the world, the nation, to see that we still hurting in Flint.
That's 63 on YouTube, baby. We got over 100 watching between Facebook and YouTube. But thank you all. We are about to leave out for today. We're getting off a little early because we started early today because we both got appointments and Black Tony didn't show up. And they're also coming back on at who we got? What AC Trevor coming?
Trevor got his rant.
What time is Trevor's rant? Today
12 o'clock. Oh, no later. Yeah,
1 o'clock. 1.
When he get here.
So Trevor's rant is on today. Don't forget about Trevor. Also, don't forget about tonight, 5 o'clock. DeJuan Robinson, Gina Luster, and Winters Hall. We will be sitting down to have a discussion. Also, after that,
at Club Rich at 8.
8 o'clock, Ashley Richmond. We have Club Rich. And then we are done until tomorrow morning. We have, not because I can't tell you if Maurice going to come on. Maurice told me the other day, he said, hell, y'all don't nobody else need to come on after y'all.
No, we need.
He said, because y'all saying everything that need to be said.
I'm still waiting on this show to come on.
We still need the king back on here. And then tomorrow at 10 a.m., everyone, please tune in to the wonderful Councilwoman Deltania Burns.
Well, Sister Muhammad, maybe you do need to be respect because I'm out of this one. I'm gonna sit back, but in love. My opinion, I feel like you and the brother.
Gonna be a satellite. He's gonna be a satellite. I'm gonna be a satellite. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be in and out the studio. Jenny will be here, but we all gonna be on the same screen together. So I'm not hanging up. So we're gonna see how that works.
Yeah, and then we don't forget Sister Muhammad's show is coming. I just need her to get with me, even though we talk all the time.
I can't wait for a Sister Muhammad
I'm waiting
show.
On it. It's coming.
She has a wealth of knowledge that needs.
You better believe it.
Yes, a special. You could anytime you want to be.
And
so thank you all for joining me today. I'm gonna have Mickey take us out with the last words.
No, we just going out in peace. Listen, I thought this was a productive show today.
I thought we had a good show today, Mickey. You did good today.
I thought it was
Shouts
a
out to
productive show.
ATN News Media Group and the greatest producer in the world.
And thanks
Mickey
everybody
Jordan.
that called in. We love the callers.
Coast to coast.
Very highly intellectual conversation. And I can't get off your last two, the Compton mayor and the last caller you had.
Thank you.
Can I get a support? AC, I'm finna give you a word right now. Hold on, AC Dumas. Hold on 1 second. Yes, I ended the show.